Well, we've got a 1-year agreement where we're going to operate. We're contracting in Ramsey to carry on running the site on our behalf, but it does put the DOI in charge of the site effectively. And I think in some ways that's, I'm sad that the DOI has had to step in to this. This was a local authority matter, and the local authorities should have resolved it. I think the politicians who were elected to those local authority boards should have managed to use whatever skills they have in negotiating a settlement around this and to getting a way forward. And I refute the idea that the MHKs have stepped out of it. We respect local authorities and their ability to run their services. In this case, it proves that they're not able to run their services, and I'm afraid the sad consequence of that is it feeds into the discussion about what are local authorities for and what are their functions and how are they governed.
In terms of the cost implication for your department, then, we know that civic amenity sites generally are funded by the ratepayer. What is this going to cost the DOI?
So the ratepayers of the northern parishes will still be funding the amenity site. We've got an agreement with all of those local authorities that what they put in their rates bills for this year to charge 2 people for the service will be handed over, so that they will be funding the service as far as possible.
In terms of the relationship with the local authorities, you talked there about the fact that they should have been able to resolve this. Is this something that is exclusive to the North, or is this something we could see happening at other civic amenity sites as well?
I don't think the tensions are always difficult when you try and get local authorities working together, and it doesn't matter whether it's about swimming pools or whether it's about amenity sites or whether it's over library provision, all of those things. And that's where you really need elected local authority members to actually work collegiately together and to negotiate their way through that and to find a way forward to provide the best services for their communities.
Can you envisage a situation, though, where the other 3 sites might think, well, why are we doing this if the DOI can step in?
Yes, that is a real risk, and we actually discussed this. I discussed it within the department. We've discussed it up at Comyn as well, that there's a real risk that local authorities start deciding that they will just abrogate their responsibilities and hand stuff back to central government. And, that's entirely what they could do until the law changes. And this is where the real blast comes, is that we've moved very rapidly to get the new clause into the Local Government Amendments Act, and you'll have heard lots of noise about other local authorities saying, we think this is dangerous, we think you could be requiring us to do things. And it is exactly for this purposes that clause has appeared in the Local Government Act, or will appear in the Local Government Act. And when it's there, we could actually turn around to local authorities and it is expected by your residents that you will be providing the service, and therefore you must do so.
In terms of the relationship with Bride Commissioners, we know that it was their concerns over paying into this site that has led to this situation. Where are they now? They signed the agreement with all the other local authorities in 2017 about the mechanism that was being used to fund the site, and that was what was in place. They are the ones that have decided to pull out of that agreement. They are making a contribution to the site. Residents of Bride will be allowed to use the site. And from a perspective of understanding what communities need, I understand that the community needs that site. I understand how valuable it is to everyone who lives up there in the north that has access to it. And things like the reuse centre, which is very much missed, is very much on my radar, that actually that should be reopened as soon as we possibly can. In terms of the long-term future, then, you mentioned that this is an agreement, a 1-year agreement. What is going to be happening over that year? Will you be looking to get the local authorities back in, or could this be a DOI facility for the long-term future?
At the moment, I think everything's on the table. What it's been in the short-term sort of scramble is to keep the site open and to stop it closing. We know that there was significant pressure on the site when everyone thought it was going to close. I believe there were queues along the road to get into it because everyone was trying to take advantage of why it was there. It just shows how much it's needed. And so our priority has been keeping that service available. Once that's all sorted and that'll be in place at the 1st of April, then we'll be looking to see what the future holds. So we've got a year's breathing space to work that out.
That's the Infrastructure Minister, Michelle Haywood.
Thank you for making it to the end of the Manx Radio newscast. You are obviously someone with exquisite taste. May I politely suggest you might want to subscribe to this and a wide range of Manx Radio podcasts at your favourite podcast provider, so our best bits will magically appear on your smartphone. Thank you.